Hello and welcome to my series of presentations on music. Very often I hear people tell me that they like listening to classical music because they find the experience to be very relaxing. And although it is indeed wonderful that some classical music can fill you with a sense of serenity and a sense of peace, if this is all you're getting from music, then I am afraid you're missing out on the most exciting parts of music. That is, the treasure trove of meaning, thought, expression, and sensation which music can convey. But this is to be expected, because music is a kind of language. And just as you might enjoy a foreign language for its beauty, for the way it sounds without being able to understand it, you might also find music to be very enjoyable and pleasant to your ears, and yet still miss out on a lot of the action. My whole point is that there is more to music than meets the ears. Consider that one reviewer at the premiere of Beethoven's Third Symphony wrote that the symphony was for the most part so shrill and complicated that only those who worship the failings and merits of this composer with equal fire, which at times borders on the ridiculous, could find pleasure in it. Beethoven's Third Symphony has long since been canonized as one of classical music's greatest masterworks, and it is easy for us to now smile condescendingly at such a reviewer for not having had the ears and the mental clarity to understand Beethoven's music. But such a critic was in fact all too well versed in the musical language and conventions of his time, which is precisely why Beethoven's music could create such offense. You see, in order for music to be able to ruffle some feathers, as Beethoven's symphony did, you need an audience that is already primed and set up to expect certain things to happen. A certain order of the day, a certain way in which the music is supposed to communicate with the audience. And this in turn is exactly what allowed Beethoven to play with these expectations, to depart from them and to lead his audiences into brand new, uncharted territory. If today we're not shocked by Beethoven's music, it is maybe not so much because his music lost any of its power, but it is because we are not quite familiar, maybe with the traditions that met Beethoven's sledgehammer. Similarly, about 100 years later, another composer, Arnold Schoenberg, again broke with the expectations of the Viennese public to such an extent that a concert of his music famously led to yelling and fistfights. Nowadays, we look forward to a relaxing concert, followed by a relaxing and peaceful dinner with friends afterwards. So, maybe we could say that with this series of presentations, I hope to make music less relaxing for you. Perhaps you'll even end up getting into fights during concerts. But I think if what you remain with is a more substantial, nourishing, and personally more meaningful experience of music, the occasional black eye might well be worth it. And to begin, I first simply want you to get a sense of the many different levels that are present within a piece of music. And then I'd like to take you into the mechanical room and take a look at what is at work. So, I hope you'll join me, and let's dive in.